you in and see if this shows up on both here. So welcome, Connor. Good to have
Hey,
you here.
thank you, thank you. Glad to be here.
Dude, this is the Epic Author Show. I'm waiting for just 1 second because I'm waiting for this to show on Amazon Live. Come on, man. Show up on Amazon Live. And by the way, if anybody's watching on YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever, this is the Epic Author Show. My name's Trevor Crane. Today, I'm going to interview this bald badass Connor Babcock, and he just hit #1 bestseller. We're going to talk about how he's making a difference with his book. I'm just wanting to make sure we are live everywhere, and I am not seeing it live on this yet. Come on. Come on. I don't want to go to practice mode. This should be working. Title isn't supported for this platform. What in the what? All right. Maybe it's not going to be live on Amazon. Bad Amazon. All right. So welcome to the Epic Author Show, y'all. My name's Trevor Crane. And hold on. That's not what I'm wanting to trigger to have you guys see. Let me go ahead and split this around. So welcome to the Epic Author Show. My name is Trevor Crane, and today I've got with me a fellow bald badass. This is Connor Babcock, and here on the Epic Author Show, I interview the coolest freaking people on the planet who are making a difference with their book and their message. And just yesterday, Connor hit #1 best-selling author. And so, dude, I just wanted to break out the champagne. So congratulations.
Thank you.
This is for you. I didn't tell you to bring a drink, but I wanted to ask you some questions about how you hit it and what you've been doing to grow your business, your brand, your mission, your movement. So we can jump into that on the show. I always want to share the secrets and strategies so other authors can go ahead and borrow them. So, dude, talk to me about your journey, what happened yesterday, and then, oh, by the way, I'll showcase your book here in a second. Let me go full screen. This is Connor's book. If you are watching on Amazon, you can go pick up Start a Business, Not a Job. And then, Connor, over to you, dude. Talk to me. What happened yesterday?
I started out the day posting to all the LinkedIn, Facebook, everything. It was live on Amazon, and I'm like, I was telling my wife, I'm like, is this really going to hit #1? Are you serious? Me? What do I know about writing a book, becoming a #1 best-selling author, all that kind of stuff? So I post everywhere. I start messaging people like crazy, texting people, all the whole nine, like, hey, it's 99 cents, today only, it's 99 cents. Let's do this. We can do it together, because if I get there, it's just going to showcase my ability to, like you would say, Trevor, instant authority, right? I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And that's really, what is so cool, because by I would say around noon my time, it was at #3. So I'm like, I asked, I asked Samantha that works with you. I'm like, hey, did we miss it? What's going on? She calmed me down, said, no, don't worry. We're okay. We're on track. We're going to be fine. So it was a couple of hours later, I checked again, and sure enough, #1 in a few different categories, actually.
All right. I'm trying to move the screen around so everybody can see your book. I'm not doing that good a job at it. But, dude, so talk to the audience listening here, like when you started on this journey, and I'm going to share if this works right. Let me make my screen larger. This is your, oh, hold on. That's not what I wanted to show. How about this one? Okay, there we go. This is Start a Business, Not a Job. And Connor, correct me if I'm wrong. You had a choice to make not long ago about whether or not you were going to start a business or a job. Unless I'm mistaken, that's
exactly right.
So, and so talk about this journey, when it started and like how you got to this point, so that I know and the audience knows how long you've been at this.
Right. Okay. So really the actual movement over to starting a business and not just another job was probably about, 2 years ago now, year and a half. somewhere in there. At my previous job, I was a business advisor, and we worked solely with folks in the blue collar industry. And I had a meeting with an electrician. It was a husband and wife operation, just small mom and pop. And they were great at what they did. You could really tell just from me. I don't know everything about being an electrician, but you could tell just talking to them, they knew what they were talking about. But they just were missing a lot of that. To me, with my background I was in banking for about a decade, and before that, I got a couple degrees from college in finance, insurance, risk management, that kind of thing. So I have the business background, but they were just missing that, and I knew I could help fill those gaps. And I realized that's all I want to do. I want to help these people who literally, in that case especially, keep the lights on. Right? These people who make our world what it is, that are just missing some of that knowledge to really be able to build a business that they want, that they can live on, that can let them live the life that they want to live. And so that's how it really kind of got rolling.
So pause. Let me just summarize it, because we get caught up in stories sometimes, and I like to summarize it so that so the journey started. Just give me that. When did you start? Like you finished college, got your degree or degrees, and then you got a job. And when you got this first blue collar client, when was that?
That was 2020.
Okay, so in 2020, so we're talking 3 years ago, and you decided, hey, as an employee, I like working with this type of company and whatnot. So then you started at some stage this project to go ahead and instead of working for someone else, hang your own shingle, be the own coaching consultant and advisor to these blue collar workers in this case. So when did that journey start to get your book done? Let's get down to the book, man. When did you start the book process?
Yeah. That was probably January, actually. I think someone on your team, Trevor, actually reached out to me on LinkedIn, said that they were looking for cool, bald people who could write something that live in Oklahoma. And I'm like, that checks a lot of my boxes. So so I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's find out a little more about what's going on here. And, we get to talking, and then I end up meeting a few of your salespeople and a few of your just different people in your business, and was like, I like these guys. I think we can work together.
Okay. So I love to hear about how much you like me or us or our team or something, but let's get down to this, because I'm just trying to get numbers here. So if you decided to write a book starting in January and we're talking March, dude, that's like what, 2.5 months? So 2.5 months ago, you didn't have a book. Today, you're a #1 best-selling author of your new book. And if you're just showing up and watching this live, or if you're watching the replay for our podcast, I think this is really important, because a lot of times people think it takes a long time to write a book. And the typical way that people go about it is to say, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a book. And that's #1. And then they say, I know, once it's perfect, and they dial it in and make it perfect, which typically takes a fucking long time. Even if you use modern chat GPT AI and awesomeness to write a really good book, takes a little while. But then the second thing they do is, once it's done, they're like, hey, now I've got to market it. And then if that marketing lands on deaf ears, that can be a challenge. And a lot of authors are sad that their book everybody didn't just fucking love it as soon as they got it out. And then they're like, hey, you know what? I spent a lot of time, money, energy, and resources getting this sucker done. Maybe I need to make some money with it. And I would, because authors are typically like, oh, I just want to help people. I want to share my story. I want to do all this stuff. And not all of them. But you went a different path. And over the last couple of months, I know you've done more than just achieve bestseller status. So how have you started with your book idea and started promoting that? And how the hell do you have a #1 best-selling book in just 2.5 months? So how have you been using your book idea to get to this point? What are some of the other results you created? And audience, listeners, I want you to hear this. Connor got clients and made money. Okay. I can't even remember how much or at what, not at this stage. It doesn't matter. Today we're celebrating your bestseller status, but very few authors will actually make a profit with their book. And you're someone who has, and at this stage as a book idea before it became a bestseller yesterday. So talk to me.
Well, you're right. 2.5 months. It is insane. So really what it came down to, the idea of it was a lot of what I was already kind of talking about a little bit, right? With my business, my previous employer, you know, it was that kind of thing. It was those same kind of strategies that I thought if I could do this in a book, that maybe I could get in the hands of a lot more people and be a benefit, not just the people I directly talk to, but to lots more beyond that. And the thing about it that works out so well is I started talking to people. I'm like, hey, I'm writing this book. I would love to chat with you and just kind of see what's important to you, because that's going to help me. It's going to help the book. It's going to help you when you read it. You're actually going to care about the thing. And so people, of course, were like, yeah, sure, I'll talk. And talk to, I think I've done 60, 65 interviews with people, getting to talk to them, figuring out what's really important to them. And so doing this, I also found people who want my help, potential clients, you know, and throughout that, and just from they know a guy who knows a guy who might be able to talk to me and get an interview, and you know they could really use some help down the line. So yeah, it's actually helped the business too, and I have made some money. It's just insane that I
Okay,
know
so
that. Yeah, go
so
ahead.
so let's go ahead and break this down. Okay, y'all. So here's what happened. Connor got approached by someone on our team to say, "Hey, you seem cool. You seem bald." That's actually not a requirement, but
Really?
we would love to help you publish a book. And then we gave him strategies to take his ideas and start connecting with his audience and avatar first,
Exactly.
and then converting those ideas into impact, where he found people that he could impact and help. And then
Yep.
how many people have you added as clients so far?
As clients, 5, 6.
Okay, so check it, y'all. Most people are so busy. Hold on, I've got a prop for this. Writing their book, they're like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to write my book, and one day people will read it. And I'm like, what else do you want them to do? I want them to like it. And they're like, what else do you want them to do? Well, then, I like to, I don't know, maybe have somebody someday maybe kind of sort of ask me if they could work with me and get clients or something. And I'm like, all right, let's do that. So Connor, we took you to, let's take your idea of I'm writing a book, not the book, and not even writing the sucker. And let me ask you this question. How much of your book have you actually written other than its beautiful cover?
Oh, crap. I was going to say that. Other than that, 0.
Okay, hold it. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, check this. Okay, check it. He has published, he's a #1 best-selling author of a book he has not yet written. But it is a book. I'm going to put up that on my screen here again. So you should go check out, let me see, Start a Business, Not a Job. Be the owner, not the operator of your blue-collar business. By the way, I love the cover. Looks great, man. And here's the deal. He wrote the cover, or Connor created the cover based on testing by talking to the people he was writing the book for. And some of those people that he was interviewing, and he said 60. He's done about 60 book interviews to discover what they want most, what they need help with, and whatnot. He's added 5 new clients to his business in the last 2.5 months. And yesterday, the culmination of that, at Epic Author, we only publish successful authors. The culmination of that is the cherry on top, is the new published book. And congratulations, brother, for hitting bestseller yesterday.
Thank you.
I'm curious, did we run your bestseller campaign for you, or did you just use our system to run it? Because I don't remember if we did it for you.
I did it. I mean, I just used your system.
So this is awesome. So, and I would say out of every 10 clients that we have, sometimes about 8 out of 10 will say, Trevor, can you and your team run the marketing campaign for this? But I love this even more. Brother man just basically followed our steps in the protocol and hit bestseller yesterday. Let me just show that again, because I think it's awesome, dude. And I was looking at it today. Let me see. I've got to scroll down and see here. I think your #1 new release in business product management. Let's see here. And how does it feel to be a best-selling author, by the way?
Oh, it's awesome. And the best part is I'm really annoying my friends and family, because every time I say, hey, I said, hey, best-selling author here. I just want to talk to you real quick.
Dude, so you're a number 2. So you're still doing pretty well on the chart there. But here's the thing, is that you hit bestseller as an author, and a lot of people, it's a coveted thing that they want to do their entire life. And I know how that feels because for a long time I wanted to hit it. But what would you say is the bigger difference to you? Because than hitting bestseller, like what are the things that are important to you?
What's important to me beyond the bestseller stuff is the fact that I'm able to talk to so many more people and build out the business that I want to have and run. That's what's been so, I guess you call it eye opening, honestly, about this whole process is how many people who are genuinely want to help. You know, you say, I'm trying to interview people, make a book better. And they're like, yeah, I would love to. Absolutely. And it's awesome to see.
Well, congratulations. You freaking nailed it. And I want to interview our author clients every time, like typically when you first get started, which we missed. I didn't interview you before you published your book, but then when you hit something big, like maybe you add a really big client, in this case, you've added 5, but today, again, we're celebrating your bestseller status. And let's go ahead and give tips to the audience about what you did to go ahead and take your ideas to impact people to income. And income isn't the biggest thing, although it's kind of nice. I mean, I don't know who said it, but they said money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. So, so just in your words, simply as possible, you don't have to get into too much detail, like in a minute or two, how have you leveraged the idea of becoming a new author for this particular target market into 5 new clients hitting bestseller? What did you do in your language?
In my I would say that I took what I was already thought was what would be important and helpful, and that I could help with. And really, with this process, I was able to test that via the interviews and some stuff like that, and really be a lot more confident that what I'm talking about, what I'm doing, is not just potentially successful, but it's also really beneficial to the people that I'm looking to help. That's been the number one thing for me.
Okay. So let's break it down so that everybody can follow. Okay. Because I would love to have everybody become an Epic Author client and create similar results, but it's not going to happen. Like somebody might watch this right now and be like, dude, I gotta reach out to you. And so reach out to Connor, reach out to me, and we can make an introduction, and we'd love to help you with this. But here's how you can move forward. Most people sit down and they decide to write their book, if they're going to write a book, and say that they needed credibility, authority, and whatnot to stand out to their people. But what we did with Connor, and what Connor just told you, is he took his ideas, things that he already believed in. I'm going to draw for you today. So hold on, let me make my screen large. This is just me. He took his ideas. That's a light bulb. That's your idea. And then he started talking about it with people that he loved. Oh, hold on. This is supposed to be a smiley face. Good God, I need a pen that actually works here. Let's see. He talked about it with people that he loves, the people that he wanted to serve. So this is idea to impact. Look at that funny little little heart that's half red and blue. That's cute. Yeah, there we go. And then some of those people that he talked to about his idea said, hey, I'd like your help. So this is from idea to impact. That little heart there is supposed to be an impact to when you can help people more. And when you discover through conversation that you can help people, you say, what's your sales, like, how do you transition from interviewing somebody for a book, Connor, into them becoming a client? What are some of the things that you say?
Right. After we go through, take our full time, so that way I am just getting stuff for the book. If I notice something that they bring up, a gap, you could say, that they have, that I know I can help them fill, I simply ask at the end, hey, I'm pretty good at doing this kind of thing. Would you like some help with that? Just we can get another meeting. Wouldn't be for the book. It's all about you, baby. And that's what it goes to. We book another meeting, and then we start talking from there.
So guys, you heard it. Take your ideas, talk to cool people about them, the people that you want to date, the people that you want to that you want to become your customer, the people that you'd be writing your book for, and then invite them, if you can help them, to help them some more. And then some of them will become your client, and some of them might turn into other leads and referrals. So Connor, just talk about that. Have you ever had a book interview with somebody cool who didn't want your help, or maybe you didn't really want them to be a client, and they introduced you to somebody else? And if so, how did that go down, Funky Town?
Yeah, that happened actually fairly recently. Interviewed a guy, and we actually have a follow up. He and I have a follow up meeting, but he introduced me to a couple really cool new people. That one of them also lives in Oklahoma, where I am, so it's always fun to get to talk to a fellow Okie. And we have a discovery meeting to see about going past the interview, see if he wants to be a client next week. And it's just 1-to-1. I say, hey, could you introduce me to some cool new people? I'm still looking to do more interviews. He did it. He was happy to do it because, I think it was really important that I treated him well and honest in the interview, and I think, whenever you see, especially the people in my space, the blue collar folks, they see, respect given is respect, that you get back. And I think that's hugely important. And so it's really awesome.
All right, my friend. So let's do this. I want to invite you back to the Epic Author Show when you hit another big goal. So let's go ahead and talk to me about your future, where you're going to go in April, May, June, July, and let's have you be Nostradamus and predict what's happening next. So what would be a good result that we can celebrate and have you back on the show, and then tell everybody here how you've made it come true?
Yeah, I think one of the big ones I have is getting up over my annual revenue was back with my old job, so that way I can say, not only am I doing this cool stuff, not only am I a #1 best-selling author, I'm also making more money doing this than I was anywhere else.
All right. Well, that's a good number. Do you want to share what that number is right now? And do you want to wait till you hit that full number, like where you hit that, or that you hit the monthly number that exceeds your income, which is a good time to have you back?
Let's say I want to pass that full number, that annual 70K.
Okay, 70K. So after you make your first 70K, you want to come back so we can celebrate. And I know that you mentioned why to me. I asked you some questions about why it was so important for you to get this book out and into the world. I'll share it one more time here before we wrap up the show. And I want to go ahead and point out as well that we're talking about money, but this is also mostly about impact. And you started something because you care about the people you want to serve, and I know you also care about the people that are in your own house. So why is it so important for you to get this book out and into the world? And why do you think? Well, yeah, just start with that one. I'll ask one follow-up question.
Okay. I think it's really important to get this book, Start a Business, Not a Job, out into the world, because I too often see, now that I've done all these interviews, folks that are burning themselves out, business owners that are just happen to be there day in, day out. And that's not what we need for the people who are literally the backbone of our world. So that's why I think it's so important.
Cool. Now, do you have a more personal reason? I thought you're actually going to talk about reasons for you, but that's actually a beautiful one, because that's who you're writing the book for, and that's what you're taking in mind. Is right. Like, Connor didn't write a book for himself, for his own ego. He wrote a book for the people that he's trying to help and serve. And actually, that's not true. Hold on. He's going to make a book. He just pre-sold the book. He hasn't written the first sentence of that book, right. Maybe the description of it. So talk real quickly about personal reasons why, and this will transition into why do you think someone watching this right now should get a book done, or start a book and start a process like this? Why do you think that's important?
Because I actually feel doing this that I am in charge of my own destiny in a way that I couldn't be before. And, Trevor, I know you and I have talked about it before, but I have MS. I have multiple sclerosis. And so my day-to-day energy level and ability to get around and all that kind of stuff is up in the air, kind of a mixed bag, I would say. And so having this ability to be able to have a business that is truly, truly profitable and really good and really, what I need it to be for not just me, but for the money of it, for the whole lifestyle of it. That is what is driving me left, right, and center, right? And it's being able to allow my wife, she takes care of me on the physical side more often than I wish she would have to, but she does. and she doesn't complain about it. And I want to give her, everything, right? So that's the stuff that's really driving me on the personal side.
Well, brother, I wasn't sure if you were going to share that or not. That's what I was probing you for, because I remember when you told me that, I wouldn't know that you have MS. I mean, you seem like you have really high energy, and we have the same beautiful baldness.
Yep.
Connor and I are from the future where you don't need hair. But
Exactly.
here's what he just said that's important for him, maybe important for you. And it's a combination of the people that you want to impact. That's yourself, the people that you love, and the people that you want to serve. So I would challenge anybody watching this right now. I'll make my screen full again here, to look in the mirror. To look in the mirror. This is my mirror. To look in the mirror and decide that you're going to get a book done. Just decide that you're going to get one done, and then find somebody who can help you do it. We're over here at Epic Author. We can help you make that happen. But if we're not the ones to help you, that's fine. Take your ideas and go out and talk to the people that you most want to help. I don't know if you guys have ever taken master class before, but I've signed up for a couple of them. And I remember taking a master class from James Patterson, which I think is one of the world's most successful authors ever. And he was teaching in some of his first modules. I think I only made it to the first couple of modules of his program. But he said, before you go write a whole book, you probably want to go talk to the people that you're writing the book for. And for him, he typically talks to, he writes books, and most of his readers are women. And he's like, I go talk to the women that I'm writing the book for, my perfect avatar, the people I'm trying to serve. And I try to see if they like the idea that I'm coming up with. And if they don't, I might pivot the message and the idea and whatnot. And Connor, I wanted to celebrate you today. And this was kind of spontaneous. I sent you a text message earlier, like, hey, can we just jump on a call and have us chat? Because just to remind everybody watching, if you skipped forward or you only get it wherever, if you just showed up late to the game here, Connor took his idea of wanting to launch his own business and maybe seeing the idea of getting a book done back in January to becoming a best-selling author and adding 5 new clients to his business in 2.5 months. It's freaking badass, brother. You've been taking awesome action, and I can't wait to have you back after you hit the total number, after you exceed your 70K that replaces the old salary that you had, doing what you love with people that you love. And my hats are off to you, man. I know how much it's important to you, and hopefully it's important to you, my viewer watching this right now, and my friend, and I want to help you on this journey. So go out and take Connor's advice. And if you want to reach out to us, please do. Connor, I forgot to ask you, and hopefully I'll put in the chat notes and things on this. We'll end up putting your website up and where they can get your book, obviously on Amazon, but what are your websites for your business and your book? Probably should ask that at the very beginning, but hit me now.
Yeah. For my business, it is groundlevelgoals.com. GROUND levelgoals.com. And then to get the book, it's really complicated, so I hope you can keep up. It's ConnorBabcockBook.com. No one had taken that. I was so excited.
ConnorBabcockBook.com or go check out Ground. What was it again?
Groundlevelgoals.com.
Ground level goals for the blue collar business. All right, brother. Thank you so much. I can't wait to have you back on the show. And again, congratulations and peace out. See you guys later.